I'm gonna talk about this time when I went on tour with Stalley. We went to a bunch of different cities. Um, we ended up in Cali. I think it was LA. And next thing I know, I lost all my stuff. Somebody broke into our car. And we was just on the way back to New York. Somebody broke into the car, stole all my stuff, ID, social security card, credit cards, everything gone. So let me get into the story of how that happened, man. Let me get into the story how I got here. You know what I'm saying?
Mad season, yo.
You, we back. Mad Season Podcast, episode 2. Before we go any further, I want to thank everybody who listened and watched episode 1 on YouTube. Right now, there was a couple people hitting me. They said they want to listen to it while they was driving or in the gym. So now we on Spotify. Yeah, we on Spotify and Apple. You could download that. You know what I'm saying? You could listen to that while you doing your daily activities or whatever it is you want to do. Just throw that on. You know what I'm saying? But we here now, episode 2. Now, my man's had asked me too, like, yo, what's your plans with this with the podcast? You just came out of nowhere, and I'm like, yeah, no plans. I'm just doing it. I got a excessive planning problem where, you know what I'm saying, I plan something too much to the point where I don't even want to do it no more. So with this, I just threw the camera on, I threw the microphone on, and I just started recording. So we here now, and this is what we doing. So current events, we gonna get right into it. This week, current events segment, we gonna talk about Juneteenth and the 4th of July. Now, it's kind of like a versus thing going on because I'm hearing people saying, yo, they not celebrating the 4th of July because it's not for the melanated. Um, there's a bunch of people I know that don't even know what Juneteenth mean. You know what I'm saying? Not only they don't know what it mean, I know like at my lady's old job, she had an ex coworker, and yeah, she is exactly what y'all think she is. She she was like, she's going into work. Now, mind you, office is closed, but she decided Juneteenth is not a real holiday. This is after 2021 because Juneteenth became a federal holiday 2021 during Joseph Biden presidency, Kamala Harris and Joseph Biden presidency. So she decided that she's not going to respect Juneteenth, and she went into work. Nobody's there. You're crazy. This is when you know, like, you're doing a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you going out your way to disrespect people. Like, it don't make sense. So, not only did she go into the job, yeah, she went into the job and started emailing people, CCing on emails like, yo, whatever, and putting people on emails. It's like, yo, listen, you went to work on your own, and then you trying to make me do work too. That's crazy. You disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So you have people like that, you know, and then you just got others that just like, yo, 4th of July is not for them, so I kind of want to talk about that. I want to get into that and dive a little deeper into why or what 4th of July mean, because there's some people that's just like, yo, it's a day for barbecues. You put some paws dogs on the grill, some burgers, chicken, you know what I'm saying? And the family's chilling. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means for a lot of people. So but then you got some people that saying it's not for the melanated. So why? So I just want to get into that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Um, y'all could let me know in the comments too what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Uh, are y'all for both? Um, or just Juneteenth because it's new. Juneteenth is a new holiday, so maybe that's why people not respecting it. It's too new, because after a while, you just gonna have to get with the program. You know what I'm saying? You just going, okay, yeah. After 20, 30 years, it's like, come on, you just gonna have to get with it. So y'all tell me what y'all think, you know what I'm saying, in the comments about that. And yeah, we can just get into some facts because it's supposed to be the 250th Independence Day. You know what I'm saying? That's a big deal. So um another thing that I because I like to like look up little facts on things and do a little reading here and there about what I learned is that three founding fathers that signed or that was a part of the Declaration of Independence, three of them died on 4th of July 50 years later. Well, two of them died on the 4th of July 50 years later, and then another one died like he passed like another 4th of July after that. So if presidents are dying on 4th of July, 250th year. All right, look, we just gonna skip past that. I don't want to get too political on this. But you know what I'm saying? Yo, we go we gonna skip right past that. I don't even see why somebody will have an issue with Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? Um, if you knew what it was and you do your research and you read up on it, then you'll understand. All of this has to do with freedom. Juneteenth got to do with freedom, and 4th of July got to do with freedom. It's the same thing. Why is we separating them and hating on them? Um, so Juneteenth for those that don't know, I'm gonna have to put you on real quick before we go on anything else. Juneteenth is because the Civil War happened and like Emancipation and Proclamation. That means freed the slaves. Lincoln so-called freed the slaves, and for 2 years, so from 63 to 65, there was slaves in Texas that didn't know they were free. So for 2 years, them people got free labor for real, because it was already free labor because you were enslaved. But now it was 2 years. I could have been not doing this. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna need back pay. Give me give me the 2 years back pay something. Cause for 2 years from 63 to 65, they didn't even know they was free. So then some soldiers went down there to Texas, because it was in Texas, and told them people, listen, y'all's is free. Y'all free. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be doing all of this, that, and the third. And if you want to come up here, you can come up here. You want to stay, you know what I'm saying? However they did it, they told them they was free. You know what I'm saying? And that's where Juneteenth uh came from and originated. So it's a freedom thing. Why are people hating that? I'm not understanding why somebody would say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to work. I'm not about to respect that holiday." Like, where's that coming from? Like, it don't make no sense. So, 4th of July, same thing, a freedom thing from Great Britain. So it's like, yo, come on now, you can relate. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to hate, just relate. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and another thing, ain't like niggas got problems with uh the other holidays, the other federal holidays and all that, like Columbus Day. It's like 11 of them, and then they added Juneteenth or whatever. So Columbus Day, that ain't he Italian? He ain't even American. So you gonna have an issue with Black Americans, but not the Italian. Like it just don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So you're wasting your time hating. You might as well relate and don't hate. So let's get to it. And get them people they back pay or whatever y'all gonna give them. So let's go to the next thing, man. It's the Mad Season Podcast, episode 2, 5-star rapper ratings. And for this week, we doing Kanye West. Yay. Yeezus. All right. And we only doing him as a rapper, not producer, singy songy, vibey type of. No, we doing rapper. Kanye West as a rapper. All right. So we gonna jump right into it. Bars and lyricism. What I rate him in that category is a 3. Now, y'all gonna ask why a 3. Think of somebody who's a 5 in that category, and think of Kanye West rapping. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the bars, it ain't like he rap and like let's say you in a cipher, right? Like he's been in ciphers or whatever, but he's not a oh my god, he said some out of this world type of rapper. You know what I'm saying? He has good lines, but he's not like oh my god, like I would have never thought of it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's witty, he got his little 1-2s, but for bars and lyricism, I gotta give him a 3 because there's people that's 5s that he couldn't tie their shoes. I'm not trying to play him or whatever, but nah, he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? People that's 5, he's definitely 2 behind. And then you got the real reason why I'm giving him a 3 is also quiet as kept, but everybody know he don't write all his raps. You know what I'm saying? He has writers. So because you got writers now, I gotta put you down to almost half. You know what I'm saying? Which is a 2.5. Now I would have gave him the 2.5, but then I'm like, damn, he really wrote through the wire. You know what I'm saying? He really wrote a couple other things, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go with through the wire because that's a joint, you know what I'm saying? Like he spit on there and he wrote it says he's the only writer on there. Um as far as lyrics. So I gave him a little, point 0.5 more because automatically, because you don't write your own joints, you gotta go down at 2.5, and then you gotta prove that you deserve anything more than that. So I think he's a good 3. I think that's fair. You know what I'm saying? He's still above average a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Um, and a 5 is he's not there. So we just gonna go to flow now. How he flows on the beat, how he, you know what I'm saying, do his thing and ride the beat. Um, I gave him a 4 because he do that little slow flow sometimes. Or he could do the joint like what he did with Twister or Jamie Foxx, you know what I'm saying? And he was doing the little fast flowing and all that. So he got he got a couple flows in pocket. You know what I'm saying? So I gave him a 4 for that. Um Creativity. Now this is gonna sound crazy, but I had to give him a 3. Now I'm giving him once again, I'm giving him a 3 because of people that are 5s, man, when it come to that. Being creative, like what you're writing about. I almost gave him a 4. And I almost gave him a 4 because of his joint with his mom's hey mama, right? That was like a deep joint. You know what I'm saying? And he got other joints like that or whatever, but I'm going off for that one because I know he wrote that one. So um the creativity of that was cool. But once again, you got people that's doing way like I think I gave Hove a 4, and Hove got like I said, he got 22 twos and 44 fours. That's his big brother. So I'm pretty sure if Hove and Kanye sat in a room together and they talked about who has more creative and deep raps and more thoughtful raps, like you put more thought into the wittiness or whatever, I think they both gonna agree that Hove has a little he kind of like edged him a little bit. So I'm giving him a 3. You know what I'm saying? Because I gave Hove a 4. So he gotta get a 3. For creativity. As far as raps are concerned, not beats, not none of that, not singing, not none of that. So boom. Delivery. His delivery is I gave him a 5. I gave him a 5 for that. Cause he knows how to deliver. It don't matter who write it. If he wrote it, if he wrote the rap or somebody else wrote the rap, he definitely know how to deliver it. He definitely know how to make it a hit, how to make it sound good, how to make it catchy. You know what I'm saying? So his delivery is definitely a 5. Um, 5 stars. Relevancy and cultural impact. You gotta give that man a 5. You know how many sons he got, man? He got grandsons now. Cause his sons got sons. That's how many sons he got. You know what I'm saying? So I give him a 5 for that. If I could give him a 6, I would. You know what I'm saying? Because he really changed the game. I remember when, and he did it against all odds. So it ain't like he was doing something cool and then people hopped on the wave. He was doing something that was completely the opposite, and people was looking down on him. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not wearing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not rapping like that. I'm not rapping about that. And then he came with his own thing, and you know what I'm saying? He did it. He changed everybody's mind. He probably second or first biggest artist in the world. You know what I'm saying? Him and Drake going back and forth. But at the end of the day, when it come to cultural impact, he get a 5. Um, Classic bodies of work. What I give him a 5. He get a 5 for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure out of all the joints he did, he got a couple classic bodies of work. Um, I ain't even gonna get into that because y'all could put those in the comments also. You know what I'm saying? If you know which ones is the classics for real, top to bottom, you can just listen to it right now. You listen to it back then, you listen to it right now, and you can listen to it in the future the same exact way. The lyrics is hitting the same exact way. Then you know he got them though. He got those. And battle tested capabilities. I'm gonna have to give him a 2. It sounds crazy, but I'm gonna have to give him a 2. Who did he battle? He got a joint where he dissing Kim Kardashian. That's crazy. I think he got a joint where he dissing if it's Adidas or if it's somebody else. I'm not sure. But I gave him the 2. I was gonna give him a 1 because I don't know nobody that he straight up went against them and they had a battle. I never heard of it. So um I gave him the 2 because at least he addresses his issues. So if he got an issue, he gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna bring it up in the raps or whatever. He even dissed his baby moms. You know what I'm saying? So he addresses the problems, but it's not people that's gonna fire back like that. Like he not having a back and forth like that. You know what I'm saying? I know Drake said a couple things here and there, but he never really dissed them. You know what I'm saying? Where it went like how Kendrick and Drake went. He never did that for real, for real. So I had to give him a 2 because he don't like to engage in war. You know what I'm saying? So as a rapper, not a singer, not a producer, even as a producer, you gotta kind of like defend yourself if somebody's saying they better than you or whatever. But he hasn't done that. You feel me? So I gotta give him a 2 for that. So that's gonna be this week's 5-star rapper rating. Shout out Kanye West. He's he's still up there. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a GOAT. Because he got fives in there. You know what I'm saying? But that's my rapper ratings in my opinion, my expert opinion on his lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Or him as a rapper. So that's what we doing this week. That's the Mad Season Podcast, episode 2, 5-star rapper ratings with Kanye West. All right. All right, so boom. This part of the podcast from last week. This is story time. We gonna end it off right. Quick story, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna talk about this time when I went on tour with Stalley. We went to a bunch of different cities. Um, we ended up in Cali. I think it was LA. And next thing I know, I lost all my stuff. Somebody broke into our car. And we was just on the way back to New York. Somebody broke into the car, stole all my stuff, ID, social security card, credit cards, everything gone. So let me get into the story of how that happened, man. Let me get into the story how I got here. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was like 2019 or something like that. Stolly hits me. He like, yo, come on tour with him. You know what I'm saying? So it was gonna be me, him, my boy Gerald Walker, um, and Gerald brought Jen, the homeboy Genesis, uh, and we just we went on tour, man. We went around to these different cities. My real first like chilling like with my homeboys type of tour type. So how it all started was he told me, yo, let's go on tour. I'm like, I bet. The day before, so at the time, I was still doing my bud thing in the streets or whatever. So um I was trying to get rid of all of the shit, all of the stuff I had so that I could have as much bread on me because I knew one of the stops in the tour was gonna be Cali. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm about to go to Cali and re-up with all my bread. You know what I'm saying? So this is me I'm thinking about that when I'm going on tour. So boom. Um we I think it was the night before we were supposed to get out of here and take off. I forgot the first city, but we supposed to take off or whatever. Um and I meet my man's Jimmy. And Jimmy wanted to get something for some people, whatever. And yo, I meet these dudes on Jamaica Ave, bro. And I got the book bag with whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I get in their car and we just talking and chilling. And this is when I knew New York was changing and the laws on cannabis was changing because of this night right here. So boom, we in the car, we just chilling. I brought the stuff, whatever's in the bag, and we just chilling, talking. I'm talking about 5 minutes in, and the boys, you know what I'm saying? But it's not the regular boys, it's the D's, detectives. So they pull up, boom. Hey guys, you know what I'm saying? You know how they do. And we just chilling. I'm in the back seat, and we just chilling. It's them in the front seat. They like, yo, they asking questions or whatever, and they like, yo, you know what? Matter of fact, how about the car? So now now we gotta get out the car. Okay, boom. I'm like, it's over. It's over because it wasn't no small amount, and it wasn't like no, you know what I'm saying, on Nick bag or down bag. I'm like, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So, um, We get out the car. I got the bag. The bag is still in the car. They got us in the back. They asking questions, da da da. What we doing there? We chilling, we talking. That's it. You know what I'm saying? They like, yeah, they start going through the car. I'm like, oh my God, man, it's over. I'm supposed to be going on tour. I'm like, damn, why did I come outside, man? So boom. We chilling, man. We chilling. It is what it is. This was gonna be um one of them going in the back where I was at, pick up the bag. I'm looking at him through the window. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, this is it. He about to. I see him look. I see him open the bag. I see him look at me through the window, and he closed the bag. Kept looking, kept looking. I'm like, all right, he looking for more stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So he come back to the front, and I mean to the back of the car, and he looked at me. He said, "Yo, you know what was in there, right? You know what I saw, right? It's your lucky day, man. We're not looking for that. Go ahead." And they let us go. And I said, "Yo, this is crazy. New York is changing. This is 2019. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I knew like the laws was changing that night right there. So I say all that long story long. Now, I think it was next morning, I'm hopping on a flight to go meet Stalley to go, on this tour. Now, mind you, I'm never doing this again. Do not do this. You feel me? I'm not telling this story for somebody else to go do this type of thing here. But I'm the type where I'm like, damn, instead of me paying for a flight twice and going to Cali and re up, I might as well bring all my bread with me on tour till we get to the Cali stop, and then I can handle my business. So, so we going city to city, all right. And I got that. I got like, yo. To be honest, it was a good amount of bread, man. It had to be a good like I'm gonna say 30 something K. You know what I'm saying? USD. All right. 30K. So we going around. I'm talking about I'm leaving the joint in the tellies. We going, you know what I'm saying? We doing the show. The first thing I do every time I come into a room is I check to see if my stuff is still there. So I'm a weird dude. Like I'll leave my book bag somewhere and I'll put like a trap for niggas. Like I'll put like a battery on my book bag. So if I come back and that battery ain't there, I know a nigga touched my bag. You know what I'm saying? So um anyway, uh long story long still, we going city to city. We done went to Miami. We done did a bunch of running around ATL. Um So boom, we fly to the West Coast now. Boom, we on the West Coast. We went to Canada. I'm talking about we went all over. We went from we drove from, if I'm not mistaken, um from Michigan to Canada, and then we went to Cali and all that. So now we in Cali. We did the show. Everything went smooth. I see my homegirl out there, um, Claudia, when I went to the show and whatever. I'm talking about shit went smooth. All right. Now we got the last day of the tours in New York. All right. The last show. And we gotta fly from Cali to New York. Last show. All right. Stalley talking about, because as we go around, he meeting up with all his peoples in different cities, and he doing like little business and things he gotta do and catch up with people and all that. So he like, yo, I gotta catch up with these dudes from some, I think they got like a clothing line or something. They was in some like warehouse building looking thing. So he like, yo, I gotta catch up with them, and then we could go to the airport right after. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up not doing what I thought I was gonna do. and I still had my bread on me. You know what I'm saying? So so um we in the car right now, right? So we get to the building, Stalley Peoples, we get to the building and all that. And I'm like, I look a little crazy in here, but it's like a whole parking lot. There's other cars in here. It's like it's 100 other cars in here. I'm like, I ain't really think about it like that. So I'm like, I bet. Let me let me just go up here with I'm the last one to leave the car because I know what I got in there. So I'm like, you know what? I get out, boom. I take 10 steps away from the car, and something inside of me was like, yo, listen, take that bread. Leave everything else. Now, everything else is what? I had I had a new pair of Balenciagas that I bought for the tour. So that's like 12, $1,300 sneakers. I had to not to be, you know what I'm saying, doing the whole label horror shit right now, but I'm just telling y'all the pricing of things I had in that. First of all, the book bag, it was a Toomey bag. The Toomey bag was bread itself, the luggage book bag. Um the sneakers was in there, the my Louis my Louis millionaires. Hey, whoever know, like 2019, them drinks came out or whatever. I had $1,000 shades, man. Um, my wallet. I don't know why I had my wallet in there. Everything was in there, plus the money. And what I did was I just took the money out and I put it in my pocket and we went upstairs. We was there about 5, 10 minutes. Come downstairs. I ain't even notice the window was broke. I'm talking about I get in the car, sit down in glass. I'm like, hold on, what? I'm looking at the window. I'm like, oh, niggas broke in here. I'm not even thinking my shit is gone. I'm just thinking a nigga just broke this shit because we was up there 5 minutes, bro. I don't think nobody else had nothing going. I think Stalley had like some hats going. Niggas took my whole. I'm talking about. We got to get on a flight. I don't got my ID. I don't got nothing but my money though. So it was like a bittersweet because it's like, damn, if I would have lost this money, I'd have died out here. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I was still running around. Little homeless dudes around in the area. I was shaking them up. Yo, you seen anybody with, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm going around trying to find my bag because I know I got all types of shit in there. So I'm putting pressure on niggas in the area, all that. I'm tight. Never found the person. I'm thinking in my mind, I'm thinking sinister shit. I'm thinking, yo, I'm about to rent another car, get a big ass bag, hide in the bag, park right here, wait for a nigga to break the shit, get out, beat his ass, put him in the bag, and torture him somewhere. I'm like, yo, there's no way I'm about to take this L, man. So, anyway, our flight was leaving. You know, everybody looking at me like, damn, bro, we gotta start making moves. And I'm like, nigga, how am I get on a plane with no ID? So they gave me like some courtesy thing. Um, I had money for the flight and all that, and we came back to New York. And yo, I had my laptop in there, my MacBook Pro, all my music, my videos, everything gone. To this day, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? In my heart. But um, yeah, so if this joint blow up and it was somebody in 2019 that knows somebody was trying to sell you a crackhead that was trying to sell you some sneakers and some shades and a laptop, yo, DM me and just tell me who this crackhead is, please, to this day. But yeah, man, long story even longer, man. We went back to New York. We had the show and we killed that show too. And I just left everything in the past, you know what I'm saying? And I'm now telling the story. So um point of the story is moral of the story, don't look back, look forward. You know what I'm saying? Let your next move be your best move. And that's the end of the podcast, man. Mad Season Podcast, episode 2. We out of here.
Mad mad season. Yo.